Hello friends, today I'll be sharing with you a collection of stories related to Easter. I hope you enjoy this video. Now, let's get into it. Happy listening. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and lush green meadows, there lived a young girl named Lily. Lily was known throughout the village for her boundless curiosity and adventurous spirit. Every Easter, she eagerly awaited the annual Easter egg hunt, where the entire village would come together to search for hidden treasures scattered around the countryside. This year, however, things were different. A mysterious rumor had been circulating among the villagers about a legendary creature known as the Easter Corky. According to the tales, the Easter Corky was a mischievous creature that roamed the countryside, hiding Easter eggs and playing pranks on anyone who dared to search for them. Despite the warnings from the elders, Lily's curiosity got the best of her. Determined to uncover the truth behind the legend, she set out on Easter morning with her trusty basket in hand, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As Lily ventured deeper into the woods, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every rustle of the leaves and every whisper of the wind made her heart race with excitement and anticipation. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a clearing where the trees parted to reveal a magnificent sight. There, standing before her, was the Easter Corky. With its colorful feathers and playful demeanor, it was unlike anything Lily had ever seen before. But instead of feeling afraid, Lily felt a sense of wonder and curiosity wash over her. Without hesitation, Lily approached the Easter Corky and struck up a conversation. To her surprise, the creature was friendly and eager to share its secrets. It explained that it had been misunderstood by the villagers for generations, and that its pranks were merely a way of spreading joy and laughter. Touched by the Easter Corky's words, Lily realized that the true magic of Easter wasn't about finding hidden eggs or avoiding pranks, but about coming together as a community and embracing the spirit of adventure and discovery. With a newfound sense of understanding, Lily bid farewell to the Easter Corky and returned to the village, where she shared her incredible encounter with the rest of the villagers. From that day forward, the legend of the Easter Corky became a cherished part of the village's Easter traditions, reminding everyone that sometimes the greatest adventures are found in the most unexpected places. As the years passed, the legend of Lily and the Easter Corky spread far beyond the borders of the village, capturing the imaginations of people from distant lands. Travelers would come from near and far to hear the tale firsthand, and to experience the magic of Easter in the enchanted village. Lily herself grew into a wise and beloved leader, known for her kindness and compassion towards all creatures, both big and small. She dedicated her life to preserving the natural beauty of the countryside and ensuring that the spirit of Easter lived on for future generations to enjoy. Meanwhile, the Easter Corky continued its playful antics, delighting children and adults alike with its clever pranks and hidden treasures. Each year, as Easter approached, the villagers would eagerly anticipate the arrival of their mischievous friend, knowing that no matter what surprises lay in store, they would face them together with courage and laughter. And so, the legend of Lily and the Easter Corky became a timeless tale of friendship, adventure, and the enduring power of the human spirit. For in the heart of every child and in the soul of every village, the magic of Easter would forever shine bright, reminding us all to embrace the joy of discovery and the beauty of life's most unexpected moments. And as the sun rose on another Easter morning, the villagers of the enchanted village would gather once more, their hearts filled with hope and wonder, knowing that no matter where life's journey may lead, the spirit of Easter would always guide them home. Easter Corky and Lily's adventures continued and became even more exciting with each passing year. One year, they joined forces with a group of village children to rescue a flock of lost sheep deep in a mysterious forest. Another year, they had to solve challenging puzzles to decipher a missing treasure map. However, despite every challenge, Lily and Easter Corky overcame them with their friendship and determination, always supporting each other along the way. As years went by, the legend of Lily and Easter Corky spread beyond the village borders, captivating people from distant lands. Travelers would come from far and wide to hear the story firsthand and experience the magic of Easter in the enchanted village. Lily herself became a wise and beloved leader, known for her kindness and dedication to preserving the natural beauty of the countryside. Meanwhile, Easter Corky continued its playful antics, entertaining children and adults alike with its clever pranks and hidden treasures. Every Easter, villagers eagerly awaited the arrival of their mischievous friend, knowing that whatever surprises awaited, they would face them together with courage and laughter. And so, the legend of Lily and Easter Corky became a timeless story of friendship, adventure, and the enduring power of the human spirit. In the heart of every child and in the soul of every village, the magic of Easter would forever shine bright, reminding us to embrace the joy of discovery and the beauty of life's most unexpected moments. And with every Easter morning, the villagers of the enchanted village would gather once more, their hearts filled with hope and wonder, knowing that the spirit of Easter would always lead them home. In the quaint town of Whispering Pines, Easter was a time of joy and celebration, but beneath the surface of the town's cheerful facade lurked a dark secret, one that had been buried for centuries. Legend had it that long ago, a coven of witches had cursed Whispering Pines, vowing to return every Easter to wreak havoc on the town and its inhabitants. For generations, the townspeople had lived in fear of the witch's curse, never daring to speak of it aloud. But this Easter would be different. As the townspeople prepared for the annual Easter parade, a sense of unease hung in the air, as if the shadows themselves were watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Among the crowd was Sarah, a young girl with a curious spirit and a thirst for adventure. Despite the warnings of her elders, she couldn't resist the lure of the forbidden forest that bordered Whispering Pines, where the witches were said to dwell. Venturing into the forest alone, Sarah soon found herself lost in a maze of twisted trees and creeping vines. But instead of fear, she felt a strange sense of exhilaration, as if she were being drawn deeper into the heart of the forest by some unseen force. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in moonlight, where a circle of ancient stones stood silent vigil. In the center of the clearing, a single candle burned with an otherworldly flame, casting eerie shadows on the forest floor. As Sarah approached the candle, she felt a chill run down her spine, as if the very air around her had grown colder. And then, from the depths of the forest, she heard a whispered voice, soft and insistent, beckoning her closer. With trembling hands, Sarah reached out to touch the candle, her fingers brushing against its flickering flame. And in that moment, she felt a surge of power coursing through her veins, ancient and primal, as if she had awakened something long dormant within her soul. But before she could comprehend what was happening, the candle flickered and went out, plunging the clearing into darkness. And in the shadows, Sarah saw them, the witches, their eyes glowing with malevolent intent as they closed in on her, their twisted forms merging with the darkness itself. With a cry of fear, Sarah turned and fled, the witches' laughter echoing in her ears as she raced through the forest, desperate to escape their clutches. And as she emerged from the trees, she saw that Whispering Pines was no longer the town she knew. It was a place of darkness and despair, ruled by the witch's curse. But Sarah refused to give up hope. With courage and determination, she rallied the townspeople to her side, urging them to stand together against the darkness that threatened to consume their home. And as they faced the witches in a final, epic battle, Sarah realized that the power to break the curse had been within them all along, the power of love, friendship, and the indomitable human spirit. As the first light of dawn broke over Whispering Pines, the curse was lifted, and the town was bathed in the warm glow of a new day. And though the memory of the witch's curse would linger in the hearts of the townspeople for years to come, they knew that as long as they stood together, nothing could ever truly defeat them. Despite the defeat of the witches and the return of peace to Whispering Pines, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling of unease that lingered in the air. Deep down, she knew that the darkness was still out there, waiting for its chance to strike again. Determined to prevent any further threats to her home, Sarah devoted herself to mastering the ancient magic she had discovered in the forest. Day and night she pored over the pages of the ancient tome, unlocking its secrets and honing her skills until she became a formidable wielder of magic. But even as Sarah grew stronger, so too did the forces of darkness. Rumors began to spread of strange occurrences in the forest, whispers of shadowy figures moving through the trees, and eerie lights flickering in the darkness. Realizing that the witch's curse had not been fully eradicated, Sarah knew that she had to act fast to protect Whispering Pines from the looming threat. Gathering her closest allies, she set out into the forest once more, determined to confront whatever evil lurked in its depths. As they journeyed deeper into the heart of the forest, Sarah and her companions encountered increasingly sinister obstacles, twisted creatures of darkness and malevolent spirits that sought to thwart their progress at every turn. But Sarah refused to be deterred, her determination unwavering as she pressed on towards their ultimate goal. And as they reached the heart of the forest, they found themselves face to face with the source of the darkness, a powerful demon that had been summoned by the witches long ago. With the fate of Whispering Pines hanging in the balance, Sarah and her allies engaged the demon in a battle that would determine the town's future once and for all. Bolstered by their unwavering resolve and the strength of their bonds, they fought with everything they had, their magic clashing with the demon's dark powers in a dazzling display of light and shadow. For hours they battled, neither side willing to give an inch in their struggle for victory. But in the end, it was Sarah's indomitable spirit and her unwavering belief in the power of good that proved to be their salvation. With a final burst of magic, Sarah unleashed a blinding light that consumed the demon, banishing it back to the depths of the abyss from whence it came. And as the darkness receded and the first light of dawn broke over Whispering Pines, Sarah knew that her town was safe once more. From that day forth, Sarah was hailed as a hero, revered by the townspeople for her bravery and her unwavering dedication to protecting their home. And though whispers of darkness still haunted the edges of the forest, the people of Whispering Pines knew that as long as Sarah was by their side, they had nothing to fear. Years ago, in the small town of Ravenwood, strange and terrifying events unfolded during Easter week. Each year on Easter Sunday, a chilling wind would sweep through the town, accompanied by whispers of a long, forgotten curse that haunted Ravenwood's past. Nina, a young journalist eager for a story, arrived in Ravenwood just in time for Easter. Intrigued by the town's dark history, she began to investigate the origins of the curse. As she delved deeper, she uncovered a tale of betrayal, vengeance, and a sinister pact made centuries ago. Legend had it that the town's founding families had made a pact with a malevolent entity known as the Shadow King. In exchange for prosperity, they promised to sacrifice one member of each family to the Shadow King every Easter Sunday. But when the townspeople grew weary of the bloodshed, they attempted to break the pact, sealing their fate with an ancient ritual gone awry. On Easter Sunday, Nina ventured into the town's abandoned cathedral, where the curse was said to have originated. As she explored the decaying hallways, she felt a presence lurking in the shadows, watching her every move. Determined to uncover the truth, she pressed on, guided by the flickering light of her lantern. With each step, the whispers grew louder, filling Nina's mind with a sense of dread. She knew she should turn back, flee from whatever dark force awaited her in the depths of the cathedral. But something compelled her to press on, to uncover the truth that lay hidden beneath Ravenwood's surface. Finally, Nina reached the heart of the cathedral, a vast chamber filled with ancient relics and forgotten treasures. But as she stepped into the room, the whispers ceased, replaced by an oppressive silence that seemed to suffocate her. Suddenly, the shadows coalesced into a single, towering figure, the Shadow King himself. His eyes glowed with malevolent fury as he loomed over Nina, his voice a low, rumbling growl that sent shivers down her spine. "You thought you could defeat me, little mortal," he snarled, his voice echoing off the stone walls. "But you have only delayed the inevitable. Ravenwood is mine, and it will always be mine." With a wave of his hand, the Shadow King unleashed a wave of darkness that engulfed Nina, swallowing her whole. As she struggled against the suffocating blackness, she felt herself being pulled deeper into the abyss, her screams drowned out by the echoing laughter of the Shadow King. And then, just as suddenly as it had begun, the darkness lifted, leaving Nina alone in the cathedral once more. But she knew that the Shadow King's words were true. Ravenwood would never be free from his grasp, and she would forever be haunted by the darkness that lurked within its depths. Despite the temporary reprieve from the Shadow King's darkness, Ravenwood remained a town on edge. The disappearance of Nina and the harrowing events within the cathedral cast a long shadow over the Easter festivities. As the days passed, strange occurrences became more frequent. Animals vanished without a trace, crops withered in the fields, and whispers of unseen figures lurking in the shadows spread like wildfire among the townsfolk. Emily, burdened with the knowledge of the Shadow King's lingering presence, knew that the town was still in grave danger. Determined to protect her home, she embarked on a quest to uncover the secrets of the curse, once and for all. Her journey led her to the town's archives, where she pored over dusty tomes and ancient manuscripts in search of answers. Among the yellowed pages, she discovered the truth hidden in plain sight. The key to defeating the Shadow King lay in a long, forgotten ritual that had been lost to time. Armed with this knowledge, Emily rallied the townspeople to her cause, urging them to stand together in the face of darkness. Together, they prepared for a final confrontation with the Shadow King, knowing that their very survival depended on their courage and unity. On the eve of Easter Sunday, Emily led the townspeople to the cathedral, where the Shadow King awaited them in the depths of the darkness. With hearts pounding and hands trembling, they confronted their fears head-on, determined to reclaim their town from the grip of the shadowy menace. As they stood before the cathedral doors, Emily raised her voice in a solemn chant, invoking the power of the ancient ritual. Slowly, the doors creaked open, revealing the cathedral's darkened interior and the waiting figure of the Shadow King. With a roar of fury, the Shadow King lashed out at the intruders, his shadowy tendrils twisting and writhing in the air. But Emily and her companions stood their ground, their resolve unshaken by the darkness that threatened to consume them. As the battle raged on, Emily called upon the power of the ritual, channeling its energy into a blinding light that banished the shadows and revealed the true form of the Shadow King. With a final, desperate cry, she unleashed the full force of the ritual, binding the Shadow King's spirit and banishing him from Ravenwood forever. As the darkness receded, the townspeople emerged from the cathedral, their faces alight with hope and relief. The curse had been broken, and Ravenwood was free once more. As Easter dawned on the horizon, Emily stood before the cathedral, her heart heavy with the weight of their victory. But as she looked out at the town bathed in the soft light of the morning sun, she knew that their struggles were not yet over. For though the Shadow King had been defeated, the memory of his reign of terror would linger in the hearts and minds of the townspeople for generations to come. But as long as they stood together, united in their determination to protect their home, Ravenwood would always triumph over darkness.